Hello and welcome to another Golf Digest Middle East equipment test. We're down at the Els Club today and I'm delighted to be joined by the head professional here, Callum Nicoll. Thanks for being with us, Callum. Also the defending champion on the UAE PGA Order of Merit. So he's very qualified to judge these two brand new drivers from TaylorMade for 2015. The AeroBurner, the return of the burner brand, if you like, and the R15. And Callum, what strikes me initially about these two drivers is a return to white for TaylorMade.
That's right, Robbie. You'll see both these models are white here. The R15 actually comes in two colours. It comes in black and white. But what TaylorMade have done is that they've put most of the tour players in the white model, so they think this is going to be the most popular one.
Okay, and well, what you have it, two white drivers, but very different in terms of characteristics, in terms of adjustability. One has no adjustability, that's the AeroBurner, and the other is packed full of all sorts of adjustability, movable weights, a movable hosel for the loft, TaylorMade's most adjustable driver, and yet here we've got the AeroBurner where you buy it as you see it. Just explain the thinking behind that, Callum.
Yeah, as you say, they've tried to differentiate both drivers. Both great products, but both have very different features and benefits. Starting with the R15. The adjustable loft on the hosel is back, or it continues from the previous models, and they also have adjustable weights on the speed pocket and the bottom of the sole. Where comparing to the AeroBurner, the shaft is glued into the head. You can't change the loft on that one, but also does have the speed pocket down on the sole of the club.
Okay, and the AeroBurner geared towards speed, as you said, and also power yards for players that perhaps have slightly slower swing speeds and are looking for a bit more distance. Just talk about the exact technology that's designed to increase this power, Callum.
Yeah, sure. Well, this is the lightest driver that TaylorMade have ever made. It comes as standard with a 50-gram shaft. It's the lightest head they've ever produced. Therefore, everything is trying to encourage more swing speed, as you say. More swing speed, generally more distance.
And the speed pocket as well. Does that increase forgiveness, I should say?
It does. It increases forgiveness in the club face. It makes a sweet spot just a little bit larger for off-centre hits.
In terms of the R15, a slightly more classical design in the head shape, aimed towards, I know you've got one in the bag, players that like a little bit more precision. Is that fair?
Yeah, I would say that's fair. Probably a little bit easier to move in the air, the R15. It is geared towards players with a higher swing speed. As you said, you'll probably find more tour players favouring the R15, just because it does have the adjustability in there.
And you've had it in play for a while now. Are you finding it easy to have a tinker and find the right setting for your swing?
I do. It took me a few times, but I found it eventually, yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to get Callum on the Trackman. We're going to take a look at some of these numbers that these two very different clubs produce, and we're going to find out maybe which one is right for your game. Okay, so we've got Callum set up on the Trackman here. Going to take some numbers from these two clubs. First off, the AeroBurner. Callum, if you want to take it away. The AeroBurner, speed pocket design, no adjustability, but really aimed at players who are seeking more distance off the tee. Callum, not a guy who really needs much more distance, but we'll see how these numbers stack up. Club speed there of 115 miles an hour. Spin rate around 3,000 and a carry of 280. Just hit one more for us, Callum. But those are pretty impressive numbers there. 297.9 total there on the AeroBurner. So definitely delivering on the promise for more power. And that's a pretty good strike as well. A little bit of a soft draw there from Callum. Let's get a bit of a reaction. That one, 113.5 miles an hour club head speed. Spin rate of just over 3,000. Carry of 276. What are your thoughts on that?
It's pretty good. It feels nice. For me personally, probably the spin rate's a little bit high. Ball speed is good, 167 coming off the face. The speed pocket obviously doing its work there. So.
But the shaft slightly lighter, and I guess that would probably explain the increase in spin rate.
It does. It's a little bit light for me personally.
Okay, we'll switch it. We'll get a look on the R15, and Callum will hit a few shots with that club. All right, let's see what our reigning UAE PGA Order of Merit champion can do with the R15 club. Aiming for a little bit less spin here. This club, very popular out on tour. Aimed at the better golfer who's looking for a bit more precision. That one Bit of a right to left ball flight on it, 112.9 mile an hour club head speed, which is a little bit down, but the spin notably is around 2,000. So the spin has come down almost 1,000 RPM. 266 carry on that one, Callum. Probably didn't quite catch it out of the middle.
Not quite, a little bit out the toe, that one. Still pretty forgiving, but yeah, not on off.
All right, we'll give you one more chance to catch one straight out of the middle of the screws. Here we go. Take that ball. That actually went a total of 301 yards, so didn't lose any distance despite the slight misstrike. This one now, let's see what we can do with the R15. Looked like a really good strike, that. Nice high draw, great ball flight, 116 mile an hour club head speed. You're cranking up a bit there, Callum. 168 ball speed, 2,500 RPM on the spin rate, 287 carry, and a total of 306. That's about as much as you can get out of a driver, isn't it?
It is. That's better numbers for me. 2,500 spin rate with the increased club head speed. It just shows you that the carry and the total distance has gone up.
Yeah, and the attack angle hitting up on it 1.8 degrees. Optimum launch angle, like nice high ball flight and low spin. That's what you want, isn't it?
Exactly. These drivers are about lofting up, so creating that nice high launch in the start. Yeah.
Great stuff. Well, thanks very much, Callum, for helping out today. In summary, R15 and AeroBurner, two great new clubs from TaylorMade. The R15, if you want the precision, if you've got the swing speed to cope with such great adjustability features, this is the club for you. AeroBurner, if you just want to create a few more yards off the tee, you might be better off looking at that option. That's it from Golf Digest Middle East. We'll be back with another club test very soon.